Welcome to Positive Parenting Today. I'm Jacqueline Muñiz from the Children's Services Council of Palm Beach County, your host for today's show. The concept of Touchpoints is a different approach to thinking about child development. It is a theory based on the work of Dr. T. Barry Brazelton, world-renowned expert in pediatrics and child development. According to Dr. Brazelton, right before a child is going to burst in a particular line of development, they will regress in another area of development, just for a short period until they have mastered a new skill or reached a new milestone. Dr. Brazelton refers to this period as a touch point. Dr. Brazelton states that there are 8 touch points of child development in the first year of a child's life, beginning prenatally. Between the 7-month and 9-month touch point, parents are seeing the emergence of their baby's personality, and they must now learn to adapt to the new person their infant is becoming. Cheryl Jacobs, a registered nurse specialist, returns to the home of the Ricketts to check in with them and listen as they share their parenting experiences. At around 7 months, a baby's developing motor and cognitive skills can be an exciting time as they begin to understand their world. However, for parents, this time can also be challenging as they face issues such as safety and limit setting. Disruptions in feeding and sleeping routines may also arise.
So Keisha and Owen, so how are you doing?
Doing good.
We're doing very good.
Very good. And Tamani, hey, how are you today?
I think I'm doing great.
I see you weren't too much afraid of me. How you doing? Tamani, hey, it's nice to see you. The last time I saw you, you were so small, and look, you're such a big boy. And I'm just as excited as you are to see you. Hey, so what are you getting to know about this little guy?
He's very active. He has a very strong personality, and he's very social.
Oh.
He's very social.
Very social. So when you say he has a strong personality, what do you mean by that?
Meaning if he wants something, he's going to go after it. If he has a thing for shoes, and he goes after my shoes. Even if you pull him away 10 times, he goes right back. And then he has a thing for my blinds. And he's just determined on getting those items.
So he knows what he wants.
Yeah.
So when he goes to get those things that he knows you've told him no about,
yes.
Does he look back at you to see what your reaction is?
Because I say no to Monty, and he turns around and look at me and like whines, and then goes right back for my blinds or the shoes or whatever he's going for.
So what do you think he's trying to tell you when he looks back at you like that?
I'm going to do it regardless.
Your mom thinks that you're really strong in knowing what you want. Yes, she does. Yes. Most of the time, babies this age are starting to want to know what their boundaries and limits are. So they already know that maybe you've told them no the day before, but they want to check in with you to see if you have like an okay look on your face, maybe a worried look, or absolutely no look. So they're checking in to find out what their limits are. Okay. It's almost like a way of teasing you at the same time, but they're looking back at you to say, okay, I wonder what she's going to say about this.
Yeah.
So they just keep trying because they want to know what their boundaries are, what are the limits, so that it's time to start thinking about discipline.
Yeah.
Have you guys talked about that? You and Owen?
Not really.
Do you think
We're just going to take it as we go along, I guess.
Yeah. Do you think you'll have different thoughts on what's okay for discipline, or
no?
One will be the leader and one will be the follower, or you're going to do the same thing together?
I think together.
Yeah, I agree on it.
Yeah, that's good. Does he have any words yet?
He babbles.
He babbles?
Like, I hear him say, like, mama.
You can say mama?
But it's mostly babbling right now.
Okay. Does he imitate some of the, do you imitate back and forth what he says? And
I try not to do the baby talk. I try to talk to him.
Does he try to imitate what you're saying to him?
Yeah.
You do? You're starting to talk to your mom? You are. Yeah. Your mom says you're a very busy boy. Yeah, you're a very busy boy. Well, I have some blocks, and I'm going to see what you do with blocks. I'm going to hand him a block, and let's see what happens. Do you like blocks, Tamani? What do you think about that? Would you like that? Yeah. Yeah. And did you see he just went from one hand to the other?
Yeah.
Have you noticed him doing that?
He's been doing that
He's been doing that.
before he was 6 months.
Stuff, yeah, that's
Wow. How about 2 blocks? Would you like another block? It's okay. Would you like him? Yeah. He kind of checked in with me and looked at me to see if it was okay if he took it. Oh. So you're gonna bang them together? You like to make noise? Let me see you. Let me see you make noise. Wow, he imitates really well.
Yeah.
And you see him mouthing objects?
Yeah.
His way of
Nice.
exploring.
He puts everything in his mouth, especially now that he's teething. Everything goes in his mouth.
What do you think about that? What do you, I mean, because I noticed you pulled his hand back. What do you think about him putting things in his mouth? How do you feel about that?
I don't like when he put things in his mouth. It's, I guess, one of my pet peeves. The only thing that should be in his mouth is his pacifier and his food and his toys.
Okay.
But he puts everything in his mouth. He tries to put his shoes, my phone, everything that he gets his hands on goes in his mouth.
Yeah. Usually kids this age do that. They mouth objects because they're exploring and that's how they learn about them. So mom's going to have definite rules about what's okay to put in your mouth and what's not okay to put in your mouth. How about this one? Would you like that one?
Thank you.
So he's getting around?
Yes.
What about crawling?
He's crawling, and he's holding on to stuff and standing.
He's standing, Dad said, yeah.
And the other day I noticed that he's taking steps now. He's going around the table and holding on the chair. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
So he's very busy.
So now that he's mobile, he's crawling and he's standing, do you find him waking up any at night, or is his sleep disrupted at all right now?
He only gets up in the middle of the night when he wants his pacifier. As long as he has his pacifier in his mouth, he's good.
He's good. Okay. So if he loses it, you think he wakes up and he wants it back? Okay. We find a lot of kids at this age, and especially maybe for 2 or 3 more months, when they're starting to work on one skill like motor skills. And motor skills are a big thing right now. He's learning how to move and explore and walk. Sometimes it disrupts their sleep. And when they come into that light REM sleep, sometimes they wake up because their central nervous system kind of gives them a little ting and they want to practice what they were learning in the daytime. So if you find his sleep's disrupted, that may be what it is, that he's waking up to practice. Have you found him standing up in the crib at night?
Yes.
So what happens when you find him standing up in the crib?
He stands up in the crib and he rocks.
Oh,
he
you
rocks
do?
in his crib. And then after a while, he just starts whining, and then I put him back to sleep.
Okay. How do you put him back to sleep?
Just his pacifier and lay him down.
You lay him down.
In the crib, or if I'm really tired, I just put him on the bed beside me and he goes to sleep.
Yeah. Yeah. Can he if he's standing up on the crib, can he sit back down by himself?
Yes.
He lets go and sits back
Yes.
down? Good. You learned how to sit down already? You're a smart little guy. Yes, you are. Look at you. I just noticed when I came in, he was just so excited.
Yeah.
He was just so excited.
Yeah, he's very
He
pleasant.
really likes other people. Yeah, you're checking in with me to see what I'm all about? What is it you like the most? That's the watch. Yeah? Yeah? Oh, yeah. So when you were talking about his strong personality, can you match that to somebody in your family that you know? Does he resemble the personality of you or your husband or another relative? Do you see that emerging? That, that inborn temperament in him? Is he more like?
I think it's a mixture of both of us. In the sense that he's quiet to some extent like his dad, and then I'm very determined, so I think he gets that from me.
He gets that from you. So mom's getting to know all about you and Dad. So when he's crawling for those blinds and you stop him, if you stop him, will he just cry? If he really wants
He
it?
whines.
Or he'll whine.
And then he goes right back for it.
So he's letting you know that this is what I want to do.
Yeah.
And I think you're going to see more of that. You're going to see more noisy stuff going on as he tries to explore and wants to go here or there.
Okay.
Now, when you leave him to go to work, where's he staying?
He stays with my sister-in-law.
Okay. How is that for dropping off and picking up? What happens around that?
It's very easy. It's very convenient. It's on my way to work. And she takes excellent care of him.
Yeah. What happens with him when you leave?
He's fine.
He doesn't he cry?
He's been with her since 10 weeks.
Okay, so he really knows
So
her.
he really knows her.
Is there any time when you pick him up that he cries? When you come on your way home?
As soon as I walk through the door, he starts crying.
When he sees you?
And if I don't pick him up right away, he throws a fit.
That's okay. Yeah? Oh, look, we're going to explore. Let's explore. Yay, look at you. I'm going to put the toys right over here because there's something I want to show you about this. Look. Is it okay if I try to stand him up at the table
That's
so
fine.
you can see? Look up here. Let me see how you stand up. I want to show you something. What I do with that little ladybug. Okay. See see what she's doing. Look at this little ladybug. Watch. Look what she does. Whoop. Whoop. Whoa! What do you think about that little ladybug? Look at that. What do you think about her? Yeah. Would you like to see that? I washed these before I came, so it's okay with you for him to pick them up? Yeah. Yeah. I was wondering if he was wondering how it worked, because I let him see me wind it up, and at this age, or pretty soon, you're going to see in the next couple months, you're going to see him wondering how things work, and we call that causality. Okay. So I was wondering if he was going to try to turn the little knob or explore it by mouthing it. Yeah. So what do you think about the ladybug? Did you like it? So let's hide the ladybug and see what happens. Oh, yeah. Is it a good tasting ladybug? Yeah. Okay, let's put it up here. Look. Here's the ladybug. Where'd the ladybug go? Where did it go? There it is! You found it! You found the ladybug. It's very good. Yeah. That means he knows things are a permanent object. So that's really great that he already knows that skill. Very good. Very good. I have other toys for you too. With this great rattle. What do you think about rattles? What do you think about rattles? Huh? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Here you go. You want to keep the ladybug? This makes a lot of noise. Okay, we'll let you keep exploring. What do you think?
Nah,
you want the rattle. Look. Okay, let's take the ladybug away. So tell me about feeding. What's going on around feeding now? How's he doing with feeds?
It's a challenge.
It's a challenge.
He's not into... I have to fight with him.
Okay.
For him to have his bottle. I try to give him food. He doesn't want baby food, period. Okay. With table food, he won't sit there long enough for him to eat enough. Okay. For him to be full. And that's my trouble. Yeah.
And we see sometimes that happens around feeding. Feeding can be a real challenge, and it can be a real issue in homes with kids this age. Oh, yeah. Because it's so about mobility that sitting still to eat just takes way too long. Yeah.
I found myself walking around, which is probably bad, trying to feed him. I'll put a spoon in his mouth and walk around, and then go back and put another spoon in and walk around. That's how I get him to eat.
Is that okay with you? I mean,
it's okay because he needs to eat. Right. And the other thing I do, I let him put a spoon in his mouth and let him crawl around. And then when he's done eating, he comes back and crawls around and then comes back.
Okay. And that's just right on cue for a child this age. Once they can learn to stand up, they're all about standing. And sitting down to eat is just like, no. Once you find he starts walking, and he can walk around, and he's very skilled at that, and he'll sit back down in the high chair again. Okay. So it won't last forever, but it will. How about feeding himself? Does he try to put bites of things in his mouth? Okay.
And he even tries to grab my cup to put to his mouth, my water bottle. Okay. The baby, finger foods, he feeds himself with that.
I brought him a cup, actually, just to see what he might do. What do you think about that cup? And a spoon, too. Do you like a spoon and a cup? Yeah, it's almost like a battle of control around dinner time, and it can really upset the household. So it sounds like you're right on target with just kind of following him around so he gets the nourishment, but it's not upsetting your whole routine. No. Because that will pass. No. That's something that will
I've always been on his schedule, so it's not a problem. It's just...
You're such a lucky boy that your mom knows so much about you. Does he try to use a spoon at all? Yeah.
No.
No? Okay.
If I'm giving him something that he actually wants, he'll actually pull the spoon to his mouth. Okay. Okay. That's it.
You might think about letting him hold one when you're feeding him to see what he does with it. Okay. He may start imitating. You put a bite in his mouth, and he'll start experimenting with the spoon a little bit, too. Okay. How's he do with solids? When you first gave him solids, were they okay? Did he have any gag reflex? Or
no, he didn't. He really adjusted to solids pretty well.
Okay, good.
It's just sitting down to eat.
Just sitting down to eat. And that'll pass. That's just a little growth developmental thing that he's going through right now.
Okay.
That he's all working on how to stand and how to move.
Yeah.
And sitting's not part of his agenda at all. Yeah. Is it okay if I give him a couple of his little baby
fine.
puffs? I want to see what he does, how he picks things up. Look what I have. I just want to see how you use your fingers. I want to see how you use your fingers. Yeah. Oh, he goes, that is really great. You want to put those in your mouth? They're food. So he just wants to explore them. Yeah. Did you see mainly when he picks food up, the whole hand grasp? Okay.
See there when it went in his mouth.
Within about a month, you'll probably see him use the fingers and the thumb for the pincer grip.
Okay.
So it's just more refined. It's more refined. Yeah, look what you do with those. What do you find is the hardest thing for you right now?
His eating.
His eating.
It really disturbs me when he doesn't want to eat. Yeah. When I know he should be hungry, even though everyone's telling me that, I should follow his own cues. But sometimes I just feel like I don't think he's eating as much as he should be.
Yeah, and it sounds like that's hard for you.
Yeah.
It's really hard for you because you think he needs to eat.
Yeah.
I mean, he looks a really good size, so I think he must know when he's hungry because look at you. You look so healthy. Yeah. Is he right in the right growth range for his age as far as weight when you took him to the doctor?
Yes.
He looks wonderful and healthy.
Yeah.
Sometimes it is hard to follow their cues.
I know.
When you're the mom. All right. How about a banana? Are you interested in a banana? Do you know about bananas? Yeah. What would you do with that? All right. I have a lot of things for you to look at, too. Yeah. Look at this. Uh-oh. Okay. There we go. So what do you find around safety that's the hardest thing? I mean, he probably can reach things that were out of his limits before as far as his ability to get around and climb, or, and stand. Mm-hmm. So do you find anything as far as safety things going on that's a real burden for you?
Yeah, the chargers.
The what?
Sometimes the chargers, like for the cell phones.
Uh-huh.
You always go and try to plug them in or pull them out. So that's not the concern.
Yeah. Yeah. So you're really into that. He sees you do it, so he probably is trying to imitate everything that you do. Yeah. Have you guys bought the little plastic covers for your electric outlets that might help?
No,
you guys know about those?
A couple around the house, but it's those outlets that we use
all the time
for her our laptops and the cell phones and her camcorders. We leave those out, and he has a thing for power cords.
So maybe you're going to be an electrician when you grow up. You're into all the power cords and stuff, huh? Yeah. So it's hard for parents at this time because kids can never be unattended. 24 hours a day, every minute of the day, somebody has to be watching and looking, and it's a handful. And so how's it for you, Dad, when you're working what hours did you say, 3 to 11 now?
Currently 11 to 7:30.
11 to 7:30.
But in a week and a half, it's back to 3:30 to midnight.
And so, Dad, you'll be the caregiver.
Yeah. The other part, pretty much the same thing, but the one thing, putting him to sleep is most difficult for me, trying to get him to sleep at night. Because he's more used to his mom, put him into sleep than me doing it. Just feeding him and then trying to get him to go to sleep at night. That's the hardest
that's going to be
thing.
hard. Yeah, when
he
kids
pretends to want to stay up and just keep playing instead of it's trying to go to sleep at this time. It's you want to do
difficult. Do you have a regular bedtime routine that you do the same thing every day at the same time?
Yeah, I try to do it 11, but he's
11 at night?
Yeah, he's ready 11:30, sometimes 12. That's when he wants to go to sleep. But we try I try to put him to sleep at 11.
Yeah, I think babies, when they're mobile like this and they're learning new skills, because he's working on skills in motor skills, cognitive skills, language skills. He's learning so many things at one time, but they usually hone in and work on one thing, and it sounds like he's really working on mobility. And that really does interrupt going down for a nap, going down to sleep at night, waking up during the night, because he is just so turned on to moving. So laying still for him has got to be very difficult.
Yeah.
Very difficult. And that will pass. But I think having a routine at the same time every day, maybe whatever you do before bedtime, whether it's bath or feeding or whatever, really will help that a little bit. Yeah. He is just a little cutie pie. I wondered if he knows about pulling. Does he have any toys with a pull string? Does he know what happens when he pulls a string? Let's see what he does with this. Look at this. Look at this, baby. He's just really checking out everything. Look at this. I have this great little doggy up here. See this little doggy? And sometimes they learn really quick that when they pull the string, something's going to happen. And let's see what happens with that. Look at this. Woof, woof. See what you do with that. Okay, you want to do it? You want to pull the string? No? 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 Okay, we'll get you a little closer. He's a heavy little one. Okay, let's see what you do. Can I have this? Okay, you want to check it out one more time? Alrighty. Look here, when you pull the string, look what happens. The doggy comes to you, see? Woof, woof. And I'll let you see if you want to try it. Okay, we'll take this. There you go. Wow, you really knew how to do that. Look at you. Pull a little more. You can do it. Yeah. There you go. Grab it. You did it. Yay. Yeah. So we showed him one time, and he just picked right up on that. So he's really learning. Yeah, he's really learning. Yes, he is. What's he trying to tell you, Mom?
I don't know.
Hey, we can pull the doggy. You want to?
He's like, you stopped talking to me.
Okay. Grab it. There we go. So what's going on with him and Talia? I mean, how are they interacting, or what's going on there?
They have a lot of fun, and Talia is like she's a real big sister.
Oh.
And she's very always looking out for him.
Uh-huh.
And they're always playing hide and seek in their own little way.
Yeah. So he probably really is learning a lot from
Yeah.
her, do you think?
Yeah.
He's watching her and, uh-oh. Let's see. Do you want to be my mommy? Is that what you want him to be? Or you want to hold the puppy? Let's see. I don't know. You have to tell me what you want. That's what you want. He has ears that move. Yeah, he does.
And that's the thing. If he sees Talia, don't even try to feed him because it's not going to happen.
So he just zones in on her and that's it. Yeah. And that sounds really common. That sounds really common. And she's coping with having the little brother not being the baby. You know, she's not the baby anymore. She's doing better with that.
She took it really well with me taking Tamani home.
Uh-huh.
She loves her little brother.
Yeah.
She adores him.
Yeah. Well, thinking about what's to come in the next couple months, because he's 8 months old.
Yes.
Is it today? Was he born on the 13th?
2 days ago, the
2
11th.
days ago, I thought he was born on the 13th. You're 8 months old already. Yes, you are. So, do you have anything you're thinking that's going to be coming up that's going to make it new and different for you with him?
So far, the entire experience with him has been different. What do you think?
Different than
Talia. Yeah, because he's more active than Talia. He's more social than Talia. Talia, when she was a baby, no one could hold her. We couldn't be doing this now because she was cream.
Okay.
So it's been totally different so far.
So Mom's starting to compare you to your sister and see how you're alike and how you're different. Yeah, absolutely.
I think he likes that toy.
I think he really does. Maybe it's the texture. I think he's telling you, Dad. You see that smile?
Yeah.
Did you see that smile, Dad? He's telling you. Well, thinking about in a couple months now, he'll probably be walking because you said he's walking around the table.
Yes.
So then he's going to be even more active as far as being able to get away from you and run.
Yeah.
They usually kind of run everywhere instead of walk everywhere. And he'll know more in his, thinking what he wants. He'll really know what he wants, whether it's juice or food, but he won't have the words necessarily.
Yeah.
So he may get frustrated. And you may see him have a little meltdown now and then when he can't, let you know what's going on.
Okay.
You may see him, point to something, and if you don't get it, you've tried 3 things and you still don't, haven't figured out what he wants. You may see him just have a little meltdown and cry.
Mm-hmm.
They start pointing a lot at what they want because they don't have the words.
Okay.
So at 9 months old, you'll see him point at the refrigerator or your cup or whatever it is that he's wanting. And he'll be exploring a lot more. And he'll know more of what he wants. So you'll may even see him have a little bit stronger rebellion when you tell him no. Okay? We'll see what he does. I can't wait to see you again. You're just a little doll. Dad, I didn't hear much from you. Do you have any questions, thoughts, or anything you want to throw in? Or
No.
no? Can't think of anything?
No, not right now.
Okay. Well, thank you guys so much for letting me come again and see you and see Tamani. And
It's always a pleasure.
I can't believe the difference in him.
Oh, yes.
Since I saw him at 4 months old, 3 months just makes a great big difference in him. And I'd like to see him again when he's a year old, if that's okay with you guys.
No problem.
And see where you are then.
Thank you so
You're
much,
welcome.
Cheryl.
Bye, Tamani.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye. See you. It's been a pleasure.
On today's show, we heard the Ricketts discuss some of the challenges related to Tamani's emerging motor and cognitive skills at 8 months of age. A baby between 7 and 9 months of age may no longer be interested in just being fed by a parent. Instead, they want to be involved in the process by exploring the food and attempting to feed themselves. In addition, they may appear to be eating less as their interest in learning new skills increases. Although this can be frustrating and worrisome for parents, babies will eat when they are hungry. A baby's excitement at exploring the world and practicing new skills might make it difficult for parents to put them down to sleep for naps and at night. Once they are down for the night, they will wake up in their light sleep to practice what they have learned. This can prove to be a challenge for parents who are accustomed to their babies finally sleeping through the night. If parents have not yet done so, setting limits around 7 months is ideal. As babies become more mobile and able to reach forbidden objects, parents may want to think about strategies such as removing their baby from an area they shouldn't be in or distracting their baby with a toy. Parents should aim for being aligned on the issue of discipline to avoid sending mixed messages to their baby. I hope you enjoyed our program. Join us next time on another episode of Positive Parenting Today as we continue to get to know families in our community and learn from their parenting experiences. We will continue to explore the touch points of child development as well as bring you topics relevant to the most rewarding role you will ever have, being a parent.